Hello, I'm Brick,
And I am Dom.
and this is the second episode Ganbare Douki-Chan episode review
That's right.
podcast.
Yeah.
And and in this one, we'll be reviewing episodes both 2 and 3.
It's
And yeah, I
yeah.
thought we had pretty good episodes. What did you think? You think there was a pretty good episodes?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was good. Better than the first one. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I also thought that these episodes had some fluid animation. I know we talked about the animation of the
Yeah.
first episode, but I felt that they really saved showing best for this for as the series went on.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're gradually gonna get into everything that they had in the manga.
Yeah, I agree because I mean there were just a lot of fluid hair movements and like even like typing on the keyboard, and when she like wiped her mouth after she had that dream, that was I mean that animation.
Alright, well anyway, I think I'm just gonna start talking about the first one. Um
Yeah,
the start of the
episode
first
2.
one. The start of the first one, it was like they were in an elevator and they got trapped in the elevator. So they started sitting next to each other. Why did they sit next to each other? I forgot.
Um, I'm not. Oh, well, at first, I mean, I think they were just standing beside each other and then they sat down. But I remember she scooched over because she said she was cold. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
right.
not sure that I'm not, yeah, I'm not convinced that she's completely that she was just cold and it wasn't that she just didn't want to, that she just wanted to sit beside him. But
I mean, by the looks of her expression,
yeah,
I
that's
would
what she
say
said.
she just felt like it.
Yeah, yeah, so would I.
I
It
don't
was kind of
remember.
strange
I
how
don't. Rem-
she,
just go ahead. Go ahead.
it was kind of strange how she just, looked up at him too, and she held that stare for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Uh huh.
You know,
Yeah, that was weird.
yeah,
I know this was the first time. This was the first time we saw one of those dream fan service scenes.
right.
Right.
I see. They stick with that.
I mean, obviously they got to pull back into it because there were like 20 in the manga. Like, I was surprised we didn't have one in the first one. You know.
Yeah, maybe they just wanted to hold off, and because I feel like they were trying to do a best for last or like it's gonna surprise them because obviously when she's going to bed is when you would expect her to have a dream, but they got us in the elevator one just randomly. I was like, what's going on? Because you don't even see her go to sleep, you know?
Mm-mm.
It,
I mean, I'd really
but
say most of
I
the dreams
do,
come out of nowhere anyway. So I mean, it's
yeah,
kind of just expected to happen always.
yeah. I was kind of about to say that too because they keep that element of surprise that they do in the manga. Because in the manga, it just starts suddenly. You don't see that anyone go to sleep or anything like that. So that was kind of unique how they did that because I was like, whoa. I mean, in the elevator for that long, and that started happening. What if
Very
the doors
true.
open? Of course.
Um, moving on anyway. I think really them sitting like next to each other and him kind of being okay with it. It's kind of just setting up that like little like tension thing. You know, like a will they, like won't they kind
Right,
of situation thing. I mean, obviously, because they're
right,
both kind of like what flustered about it, but neither of them are really doing anything about it either.
right. It seems like they're both okay with it.
Hmm. And then like right at the end, obviously the what's her name, um, the Kohai, she showed up. I figured she was gonna show up sooner, so she finally shows up and just kind of steals him away. She's very
Yeah,
forceful
I
with her tactics there.
tell me about it. I thought that was a really good ending to the second episode.
Hmm.
Because I know in our last episode we were saying how we thought, okay, they were going to introduce characters in the next episode, and I think we kind of predicted that there would be a whole episode about this character and a whole episode about this character, mainly.
Hmm.
But so it really kind of caught me with surprise when at the end they open and they see the Kohai there.
Yeah, and I mean, she really just shocked, kind of like 5 minute cliffhanger, throw you out of nowhere.
Right. I thought that was a good ending to that episode
Hmm.
because it leaves you wanting to see what happens next.
Anyway, you got any final thoughts on your episode 1 here before we go on to 2? Because I got some stuff to talk about on 2.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I thought episode 2 was good and even better than episode 1.
Would agree.
Um, yeah, I thought it showed a lot more fluid animation and things like that. And yeah, I would definitely call that a success. And I feel like it's getting better and better at building, um, you know, a desire to know what happens next in the story.
Yeah,
What
I
did you
agree with
think of
that.
that episode?
I just think it was a pretty good introduction to the Kohai. I mean, because she really just came out of nowhere. I think this one was better than the first one because I don't know, just the first one kind of seemed like it was just okay. Let's just start where we left off when we were drawing this stuff, and now it was just like for people who don't know what it was, they were like, "What is happening?"
Right. Yeah, the first one kind of seemed more like an introduction to the
Hmm.
characters. And the second one is almost the same sort of thing. I mean, it's the same sort of dynamic,
Yeah.
and they hit us with that surprise ending. So yeah, I thought that was.
All right. Moving on to the second one. Here are my first thoughts for the second one or third one. Third one. It's the third one. Getting boggled over
Yeah.
here. Anyway, for this third one, obviously the Kohai forces the guy to go to dinner, and he obviously doesn't want to. I mean, you can just see how aggressive of I guess a rival she is, and how how the main character is just so hopeless in doing anything about it, because she just stands there and watches. Like she doesn't try and intervene or anything. She just watches.
I know. It's like so far, there's barely any balance if you think about it. Because the I think I even said this the last episode about how I like Doki, but I think I accidentally called her Kohai in the first episode. I meant Doki when I said, but I liked Doki, but she was as she had her motives, and then she didn't have much. She didn't carry them out very well.
No,
She
right.
would give up too easily. But and then Kohai here is like the polar opposite. She she goes out with such confidence.
Hmm.
That was just something I noticed.
And I mean, the whole time, like whenever the main character decides to just sneak in and spy on them, like having a dinner, the whole time you can kind of just see how he's not the main character, not the main character. What's his name? The guy, the guy.
Oh right.
Do you know his
Yeah.
name?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess he would be a Doki too, because
Okay, well,
I know Doki means same, but I
alright,
guess we could just say the guy.
anyway, the guy, I realized he just kind of wasn't even focusing on the Kohai the whole time and was just looking at Doki over there and just like
I know.
totally ignoring her.
That's something I noticed too. I thought that was. I was gonna say I thought that was foreshadowing, because I remember the line she says is like, "Do you have your eyes on someone?" And then
Mhm.
immediately after that, she's blurred out, and it goes to the background on Doki. So I'm like, "Oh, I see how it is."
Yeah, and if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure the next one will have that third one, the third girl, come in it because I'm pretty sure that one
Right.
from the manga, the dinner that they had, the other one, the third one interrupted that one as well.
Yeah, I think I remember that too. I'll have to go back and read it to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I do remember that happened.
I think so. I don't think I'm really gonna go back and read it because I don't think it's that worth it, in my opinion. But I think I'll definitely, if she comes back in the fourth one, I'll just know,
Yeah.
Because I mean, those
Yeah,
panels are so
and
quick and short anyway.
right. And I am glad to see that they have. I think it's unique. I mean, obviously, when a normal anime is getting an adaptation, then there will be scenes that don't happen in the manga. But this is so short, so they got a whole episode about something that happened in the manga, and then a whole the first episode, and then a whole second episode about something that completely didn't happen in the manga, if I recall correctly. And so I think it's pretty unique how they do that, because I mean, really, it's a loose. I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah, really.
So I think that's pretty interesting because you get to see, and I noticed. I know I said I noticed this the first time, but I also noticed that they have the exact. They still did that thing with the where they will show the exact same frames that you see in the manga, like when she was handing him that box of chocolates. When
Yeah.
Kohai was handing him the box of chocolates, and Doki was just standing in the background of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of sad how she just gave up. She shouldn't give up that easy, especially since with that foreshadowing I was talking about, it seems like she has more of a chance than Kohai even does.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, what would your final takeaways of these two be? Like, we know the animation's good because we had thoroughly discussed this. We know
Right.
the rival establishment, but even though there's not much of a competition, obviously. Anything else you noticed that I hadn't said?
um, Let me think. Well, I really think that I really think that the whole thing is just doing well because it's adding more and more content with every episode. I mean, the first, I feel like it's just getting better and better. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with how these episodes are turning out, and I can't wait for the next one because it kind of leads you waiting for the next one.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What are your final thoughts for these two episodes, 2 and 3?
Uh, it's pretty good. I think it's got a pretty nice build up to that fourth one, that infamous fourth one that I keep talking about. I mean,
Right.
really, it's just gonna keep getting more and more tension and rivals and emotion feely, but it's just gonna take a while because they've been like 3 minutes each time, so maybe they'll
Yeah.
progress and get longer, or maybe they'll go off. Maybe they'll just run out of like panels to redraw and stories to write, and they'll just start making new ones. Maybe, but that's about
Right.
it. I really have to say. I mean, I think that about sums up my opinions here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're doing a great job.
All right, well, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Again,
Thanks for listening.
indeed, indeed. We will see you guys in the next episode.
Peace.